Dacia Sandero sets out to completely change the way you think about budgeting for a compact family 5-door car. It's half the cost of many similarly sized models, and surprisingly class competitive in many areas, given the shockingly affordable prices being asked, especially in this improved form. This car has been shaking up the market, and it's easy to see why.
First, a bit of a reality check. We could sit here all day making cutting comments about this Sandero's ride and handling package, but you know what? Let's cut to the chase. It is perfectly adequate for the modest needs of its target market. It always was, and it still is. The robust suspension setup that suits this model's third world customers is perfectly adequate for ordinary A to B driving, although it can lose its composure when it's confronted with serious tarmac imperfections. Push a little through the bends and you'll find that body roll is actually reasonably well controlled, and you get decent levels of cornering traction too. We could do with a little more feel through the steering wheel, but the helm is at least light, offering a city-friendly 10.58 metre turning circle. Engine-wise, the main news with this revised model is the installation of a new entry-level petrol engine, the SCE 75 1-litre 3-cylinder unit. We would suggest, though, that if possible, you try to find the extra funds to stretch to the pokier 3-cylinder 0.9-litre TCE 90 turbo power plant that most customers choose. That's a far more relaxed companion on the open road, as is the DCI 94-cylinder diesel variant that we're trying here. And that's a variant that can return an impressive 80.7 mpg on the combined cycle and 90 grams per kilometre of CO2. To understand the styling of this car, you also have to understand the way that it's being sold. In most cases in the UK, Dacia models will sit in the corner of Renault showrooms. It's important then that designs from this Romanian brand are seen as a fundamentally different proposition from their pricier Renault counterparts. The recent change is most evident here at the front, where new double-optic headlights borrowed from the brand's Duster SUV incorporate LED daytime running lights, feature a pattern of 4 stacked rectangles. These flank a restyled grille featuring a honeycomb design and chromed bars flowing out from the central badge. Let's take a seat at the wheel, an area of the car which saw buyers of the original model having to manage their expectations to a considerable degree. Dacia has responded to customer feedback by resiting the electric window switches from the centre stack to a more familiar position on the doors. There's also now a 12-volt socket, and the quality of the upholstery fabrics, here we've got black cerite cloth, has been much improved. What else? Well, the boxy shape makes all-round visibility much better than it is on other more slinkily styled Super Mini models, particularly when it comes to over-the-shoulder vision. Time to take a seat in the rear. Now, just by looking at this thing, it's clear that rear seat accommodation in a Sandero is going to be a considerable improvement on the relatively claustrophobic quarters that are served up by most modern Super Minis. Get inside and that promise is largely realised. As usual, though, on a compact car, expecting to take 3 adults on any sort of length journey back here is a bit ambitious. Finally, let's take a look at the boot. In terms of total capacity, there's 320 litres on offer here, so compare that to the 292 litres of a Fiesta and the 300 litres of a Clio. If, for you, a car is simply a functional implement, a domestic tool that, like any other, has to justify its expenditure, then this one fits the bill perfectly. Solid, spacious and family-friendly for the kind of money that you pay for a tiny city scoot, it offers pretty much everything you need and nothing you don't. There is extra equipment if you really want it, and even a bit of modern tech in the form of the TCE petrol engine and the flagship variant's media-nav touchscreen. Yes, products from the established market players are still more sophisticated, but the gap isn't huge, except, of course, when it comes to what you have to pay.